So, okay, let's pay our respect to the Buddha veneration. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Homage to the Buddha, blessed one, worthy one, and fully enlightened one. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, the sutta we are going to learn today is called Anuruddha Sutta. This is the sutta, it's a talk taught by the Anuruddha, Venerable Anuruddha, Arahant Anuruddha. This is not the teaching of the Buddha, this is the teaching of the one disciple of the Buddha. Okay? Mm. Yes, then Buddha was living in this time in the Jetavana monastery in the Savatthi, a city called Savatthi. Buddha was living in the monastery called Jetavana. So at that time there was Anuruddha, one of Arahant, enlightened ones, disciple of the Buddha. It's a very famous one. So when he was living there, there was the lay person like you. He's a carpenter. Um, he's a very famous carpenter, very clever one. So then he asked one of his friend, his servant, um, okay, please go to the temple and talk to the Venerable Anuruddha and let him know uh, this carpenter's name called Panchakanga. Okay, uh, Panchakanga. Um, that's what his name. And just let Venerable Anuruddha know the Panchakanga is worshipping the feet of the Anuruddha. You understand? Did did you understand it? What the that carpenter said? He asked his one of his servant to go and led that him to him. I'm worshipping him. Like I ask you to say your brother to hi, right? Say your brother to hi or your sister to hi. We say that, right? Yeah, say hi to your brother or sister or your parents. Same thing. Just go and let Venerable know I'm worshipping him. It means I'm respecting him, right? So and let him know the this Panchakanga. The Panchakanga is busy man. Let Venerable Anuruddha know Panchakanga is a busy man. He has a lot of works to do. He work into the ministers, he work into the king, and he is a busy man. He do not have time to come to see you. So he inviting you to come to home with another three monks, all four. So he inviting you to come to his home tomorrow for lunch. And also he asked you to come little earlier because he is busy, he want to talk to you. Then let the Venerable Anuruddha to come a little bit earlier. So I think in this, according to this conversation, this Panchakang is very familiar with monks, very know and help, support, and they all mutual. So that's why he is asking, asking his servant to his one of worker to go to and to talk to Venerable Anuruddha and invite him to come to home a little earlier. So then he went and he went to the monastery. So he met the Venerable Anuruddha and told him this story. Then Venerable Anuruddha was silent. It means he accepted. He accepted, and the next day Venerable Anuruddha with another three monks and came to his home little earlier because he has come too earlier to talk. Because maybe he has something to ask. That's why. So um, Whenever Anuruddha came to his home and then the Panchakanga and feed him with food and to uh, sat down nearby Venerable Anuruddha and asked a question. What's the question? Uh,
So,
Venerable Sir, there are many monks come to me. Uh, Maybe they come to his home and taking some food from him. And so then they always advise me to practice Cheto Vimutti, Appamana Cheto Vimutti, and Mahagata Cheto Vimutti. These are two different practices. They're asking to practice Appamana Cheto Vimutti and Mahagata Cheto Vimutti. The Appamana Cheto Vimutti means the limitless, boundless deliverance of mind, limitless deliverance of the mind. That's the Appamana Cheto Vimutti. Okay, the another one is a Mahagata Cheto Vimutti, exalted deliverance of the mind, exalted deliverance of the mind. Okay, this is two different deliverance. So freedom, the freed mind, freed of the mind by practicing the Brahma Vihara four qualities. You remember what are the four qualities? Metta, Karuna, Mudita, and Upekka. So by practicing this Brahma Vihara, freed mind, practicing it limitlessly or boundlessly, appamana cheto. Mahagata means it's a hyperbole limit, kind of exalted, it's gradual uh, development of or deliverance of the mind. So let's see in the sutta, when we learn this sutta, we can understand it. So there's a question of him, dear Venerable Sir, these two different deliverance of mind are the same or different? That's the question. Okay, Michael, did you understand?
yes, I think so.
Okay. Appamana Cheto Vimutti and Mahagata Cheto Vimutti, limitless deliverance and the exalted deliverance. These
Mm-hmm.
two, there are two deliverance, two different words. Are there two different meanings or the same meanings? Then Panchakanka said, Bante, I think they are two different words, but the meaning is same. It means two things are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Then Venerable said, no, they are wordly different, also meaningly different too. The meaning also different. There are two things, two different things. And then the Venerable Anuruddha explaining what is the Appamana Cheto Vimutti. Appamana Cheto Vimutti, boundless freedom of mind. Okay. Mm. And then Venerable Anuruddha explaining if someone practice metta, loving kindness, to front side without limit, right? To right side without limit, that you practice already, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the you did it. Likewise, if someone keep practicing sending metta to front side, right side, left side, back side, left side, up and down, all around, into the world, into the universe. No bound, no limit is going limitlessly, and this is the appamana cheto vimutti. Vimutti means freedom, freedom of mind. It means that metta is loving kindness. Then he keeps sending metta. May all living beings be happy, be happy, be happy, be happy. When he keep staying in that metta, his mind going to free from that all defilements, right? Then his mind going to be concentrate. He's going to be then his mind going to be still remain in the metta. Now his mind is full of metta, nothing else. He's concentrate. He into that metta, and he just living with metta thoughts. Nothing, any thoughts, no any thoughts, just only metta. And metta, he living in the metta and happiness. He not even not repeating, but he's remaining kind of uh, jhana absorption or trance of metta. Now he's just remaining in metta. We begin, may all living beings be happy, be happy, be happy. Finally, he's remain that status. It's called deliverance, freedom, um, absorption or trance. This is the one way of the limitless, appamana cheto vimutti, limitless or boundless deliverance of mind. Right? If you have any question, ask me. Okay. Um, then the secondly is a karuna, compassion, like you did. Right? May all, may all living beings be free from suffering, be free from suffering, be free from suffering, be free from suffering. Then we meditate on that. Karuna, it's a karuna, it's a compassion in the of the heart, compassion of the mind. Then he keep practicing all living beings be free from suffering, be free from suffering. Then he develop concentration, stillness, trance of his mind by practicing karuna. So that deliverance of the mind is based on karuna, compassion. Mm, it is that karuna is also it's a limitless, boundless of deliverance, right? Mm. As a freedom of the mind by practicing karuna. Mm. This it is called appamana because there are no limit, no bound. Right? The third one. What's the third one? Anyone remember? Third practice. Hmm?
Mudita.
Third one.
Yeah, mudita.
Mudita. Yeah, mudita. Uh, what's the meaning? English meaning? Mudita. What's that mean? Same as the teacher. Altruistic joy. So, altruistic joy. mm, it's against to an opposite to envy or jealousy. So now he's sending his mudita. It's the nature of mind, right? So mudita. Then like this is the quality that parents have a lot. When your parents heard, "Oh, mom, I passed my exam. I got my degree. Oh, wow, wonderful, awesome!" Then your parents keep clapping, and then you see they're happy because they want to see their kids grow, success. But they can't be the same joy. They can't be joyful when they heard someone else get success, not their kids, right? That's a nature. That's the nature of the human mind. So mm, once I had a kid. I had a cat in when I was in Sri Lanka. The kitten grow up, and she gave up the birth to three kittens. So there was another cat, uh, another cat in the same my temple. She gave another birth to another kittens. So the cat who was in my room, one by one start to die. So two died. So I think she didn't feed very well. So I put that kitten to the other one, mother's one.
Mhm.
She don't want to feed. She's kind of not against to that kitten, but she feed her kids, not others. So likewise,
Mhm.
the envy is maybe there are something else for that. Maybe they are afraid or scared or something. But the
Mhm.
envy is always it's bothering to joy when we see happiness and success of others.
Mhm.
So this in this nature, we wishing their happiness, that we develop joy when we see everyone's happy,
Mhm.
everyone's successful,
Mhm.
everyone's have peace, united, healthy, and wealthy. So then we become joy when we that. That that's nature of the mind, quality of the mind, and we sending without limit, without bound into this world and into this universe. It's happening actually when we keep practicing it, practicing it, practicing. When we live it with when we live that nature, when we live that nature, then mind going to free from defilement, from sensual desire, from hate, uh, from regret, uh, uh, mm, from hate, from ill will. Um, then mind going to freed all uh, from that all bad qualities because of that limitless, boundless, altruistic joy, mudita. And the fourth one is upekka, equanimity, and that's the same thing. Freed mind from that practice in upekka without limit. This is called appamana cheto vimutti. Okay. The second one is the mahagata cheto vimutti. Mahagata cheto vimutti is the exalted uh, freedom of mind. Um, then the Venerable Anuruddha explaining how could it is practiced. The monk meditate in the forest under a tree, right? Under a tree. Now his metta is going to under this tree, okay, wherever he is sitting, under this tree, the all sentient beings under this tree, be happy, be happy, be happy. Now his metta, loving kindness, is very limited, right? Just the sentient beings who is that under the tree, right? There's a limit of the tree. So um, then remember Anuruddha asked so one monk is practicing metta that around his tree, but there's another monk uh, keep practicing, sending his metta the two trees, two or three trees. Okay, in the forest there are some trees, and he said one monk just only the tree he is sitting under, and the other monk and this tree and there another tree, even another two trees. All sentient beings in this area be happy, be happy, be happy, be happy. What's the
Mhm.
greater practice? What's the
Oh,
greater practice? I'm asking you.
I think neither one is greater.
Hmm?
I don't think, well, aren't they just two different approaches to the same thing or not?
Yeah, one way, and one way is right, but the other way,
Mm-hmm.
his metta is greater than the monk who is sending the into one tree, and but
Yes.
if we send into two or three trees around the two three trees, the sentient beings living under the around the 2-3 trees is greater, right?
Right.
It's greater. Quantity, according to quantity is how big, right?
Yes.
Then his metta is quite uh, big,
Yeah.
spread more, covering more area. So that's
Uh,
called exalted. That's the same
mm,
freedom actually, but it's exalted by according to the area he's spreading.
mm,
Then Buddha, the Venerable Anuruddha says, the monk who is sending the metta to around 2-3 trees, but there's a monk, he's practicing metta, sending his metta to all sentient beings in this village. There's all the tree included into that village, and all the
mm,
sentient beings included into that village, right?
mm,
The sentient beings, humans, animals, visible, invisible, ghosts, gods, all living beings in this village. Be happy, be
mm.
happy, be happy, be happy. Now his metta is greater than monk who is sending metta 2-3 trees, right? His
Mm,
metta is greater. Okay.
mm,
Then Venerable Anuruddha asking the Panchakanga, there's a carpenter. What do you
mhm.
think, Panchakanga? There's a monk sending metta and covering by one village, but there's another monk is covering 2-3 villages, and he send his
Mm.
metta is going to 2-3 villages. The sentient beings in these 2 or 3 villages be happy, be happy, be happy. That's greater than one village's practice.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Then
I
the yeah.
I thought this was just the difference between using the technique
Mm,
of going deeper and deeper or going wider and wider. So in the second instance, I thought it was only one monk who first meditated on the tree, then the forest, then the village, then the district, then the kingdom, because that's the way we do it, right? We
right.
go. So
Right.
that's the way I thought it was. But you're saying that's not right. It's different monks meditating on different levels.
Mm,
Okay. Hmm.
yes. Yes. Um. Yes. But both are the deliverance and freedom of mind, but two different way. So
Oh, yeah.
two different way. So and then the Anuruddha says, okay, there's a monk who is sending metta to 2-3 villages. What about the another monk is sending his metta to whole kingdom?
Two or three
That's greater
dimensions.
than the practitioner who is sending metta to covering 1, 2, 3 villages. Then also Anuruddha, Venerable Anuruddha says, what do you think, Panchakanga? There's a monk or layperson sending metta to a kingdom. What about the other one sending 2, 3 kingdoms? It's greater
Mhm.
than that one. Who is practices metta to send in the 2, 3 kingdoms? What about the someone is practice metta to this entire world,
Mhm.
covering this entire world? That's greater. This is called
Mhm.
Mahagata. Um,
Oh,
um, Mahagata, deliverance of the mind by
mhm.
practicing metta,
Mhm.
karuna, mudita, upeka uh,
Mhm.
in this way. Then now you understand the wordly are different. Appamana cheto vimutti, Mahagata cheto vimutti, boundless deliverance or limitless deliverance,
Mhm.
unexalted deliverance. Right?
The expensive release.
Okay. So do you have any
Mhm.
questions so far before we go into the another?
Uh,
So in terms of the translation there, it says now limitless and expansive, but Bante is saying that the second one should be exalted release of the heart.
Hmm.
I see. Yes, you're right. This is maybe not such a good translation. I'll look for others, but I think this is the only one that was available. So we have to look. I'll see what Bhikkhu Bodhi said.
The literally means upper mana means limit, upper means limitless. Mahagata means maha means great.
Yeah.
To become great, become bigger, 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 bigger.
Right.
Become bigger and bigger and bigger. The upper mana is goes without limit. The other way is Mahagat is greater and greater and greater and greater. Just look at this, the Venerable Anuruddha's explanation. The upper mana Chetu Vimukti is going to front side, left side, back side, right and left side, up and down without limit. The Mahagat is going to 1 tree, 2 tree, village, 2 village, kingdom, 2 kingdom, and the world. Different way of practice. But same metta karuna upekka. So then the Venerable said to Panchakanga, two way of metta, the Brahma Vihara practice, 2 way of Brahma Vihara practice. Okay, let's see now. After that, the main point is Brahma Vihara practice. By practicing Brahma Vihara, 2 deliverance. Do you remember 2 deliverance? What's that? Yeah, limitless deliverance and exalted deliverance. Okay. Okay. Then the Anuruddha, Venerable Anuruddha says, Panchakanga, there are 4 rebirths, 4 existence of rebirth. There are 4 existence of rebirth. The who's practiced this 4 Brahma Vihara, okay? There's a 4 existence of rebirth. The who's practiced this Brahma Vihara. Then who is practicing metta, karuna, mudita, upekka, then he's after his break up the body, then after his death, and he will born in the Brahma realm. Because he's practicing Brahma quality. He's living with Brahma quality. Loving kindness, compassion, altruistic joy, upekka. He living with that quality. His mind is already deliverance, freed from defilements, hate, grudge, aversion, ill will, because his only metta, karuna, upekka he has, then he die, then he will born in the Brahma realms, who keep sending these qualities into the world. So he born in the Brahma realm. There are 4 ways called parittabha, Brahma realms. One realm called parittabha, another one is appamanabha, and the other one is a sankilittabha, and the other one is the vishuddhabha. Vishuddhabha. So, Parishuddhabha. Okay, let me explain. Parittabha means, parita means little, right? Little. Appamanabha is limitless. Limitless. Sankilittabha means not clear, kind of dark, or something like that. Not clear, not very clear. Parishuddhabha means a very clear
Pure.
and pure, right? Pure. Then, who practice this Brahma Vihara, one of them will born in the Parittabha. Let's see how it's translated. Paritaba means the
Michael, where are you going?
limited radiance. Paritaba means limited radiance. Abha means radiance. Abha means radiance. Parita means limited. Okay, someone will born in that Brahma realm called Paritaba, uh, limited radiance with limited radiance. Some gods, Brahma, in that realm, have a radiance limit, and some of radiance are limitless. Some of radiance are not clear. Some of radiance are very clear and pure. That's a four different appearance in the Brahma realms. Yeah, in the Brahma realms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bhante, don't lose track of time.
Yeah, no, I can stay until they come in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's lucky. They told me they will come early, but still they are late. That's okay.
Cool. Everybody's late.
Yeah. So if you have just let me know if you have a question. Okay. So for you guys the new to this teaching, right? Very new, not familiar. But these guys who's joining with this Zoom, they tried learning and practicing with us. I believe they know. Let me explain you. In according to Buddhist teaching, there are three different existence. Three different existence. It depends according to our nature of our mind. Actually, the quality of our mind. One realm called Kamaloka. Kamaloka. Okay, this is the time to practice your knowledge. Okay, and your study memory. Kamaloka is the world or realm. What's that? The sensual realm, right? Sensual realm. Sensual realm. This means we feel happiness and pain through this our sense basis, and we mostly attach to pain and suffer pain and happiness, pleasure and pain, right? Pleasure and pain mostly attached to this pleasure and pain, good and bad. For there are 11 of existence of that sensual pleasure realm, Kamaloka, sensual realm. So one is human realm, right? One is human realm. We experience pain and suffering, right? And there are four lower realms. Four are lower realms, like Niraya, maybe hell, type of hell, ghost realm, animal realm, and non-human realm. Non-human realm. That's a four. And human realm. And another six higher realms, higher than human. It's called six type of heavenly realm. Heavenly realms. This all involved with this sense of pleasure and pain. Okay. We are mostly keep wandering human to heaven, heaven to human, human to animal, animal to ghost, ghost to Niraya, Niraya to non-humans. We keep wandering and traveling in this sensual realm, Kamaloka. That's the level. It's called Kama. For yeah, the heavenly realm. This 11 of them all. So this is the karma loka. Okay, who is enjoying with sense of pleasure and who do good actions and bad actions, right? If you hurt him, beating someone, killing, and you go into Niraya or ghost realm or animal realms or non-human realms, or you were born even human but with a lot of troubles, physically ill, or even some kind of disabilities. Or maybe you born as a perfect way, but you falling into that condition because of your karma. So this is the karma realms. And other heavenly realms are happy realms actually. Human realms are mixed with happiness and pain, but the lower realms are mostly involved with the filled with the pain.
Mhm.
That's the one loka. The second world system called Rupavachara Loka.
Mm.
Rupavachara Loka means that who practice this meditation, the Brahma Vihara we practice, or
Mm.
who practice the breathing meditation, or
Mhm.
something else, and keep practicing concentration, developing mindfulness, focus, and make mind one pointed, and calm,
Mm.
relax, and still. And he
Mm.
achieved the jhana. Jhana. You guys do not know jhana, right? Jhana, trance, absorption, trance. That's a trance is the kind of highest status of the mind is calm.
Mm.
Stop. Your mind
Meditative.
not going to sensual pleasure. Your mind not
Mm.
run to sensual pleasure. You not enjoy having a sensual pleasures. You don't have that joy. You already have joy by practicing mind calm and relaxing. That's a spiritual joy. You understand? First John have a five qualities, five factors. Vitaka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagga. Uh, you have a joy already by mind when your mind is concentrate. When your mind concentrate, you have joy and happiness. You have happiness. You have joy. It's not like uh, like uh, gross like you have happiness or joy that you use your sense come the
Mm.
pleasure through sense basis. But you have
Mm.
happiness and joy, making your mind calm and relax and still. So that who practice that meditation, they will born in the 16 type of Brahma realms.
Mm.
Okay, how many? 16 type of Brahma realms. They are highest. Yeah,
Mm.
that's what I said.
Mhm.
Humans, even when we meditate on breath, we keep focus breath in, breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out, breath. Then mind keep in on the breath, concentrate. Then just only breath. Then mind gonna stop. That's called jhana. When you have that, mind not run out, not jump to anything. Mind is
Yeah.
just focus. Then stop.
Mhm.
Then he feel joy, he feel he feel happiness, one pointedness of mind. That's called jhana. In there who's
Mhm.
die with that jhana and he born in that Brahma realms, not heavenly realms. Heavenly realms is involved with the sense pleasure, but that Brahma realms is not involved with that sense of pleasure. Sense of pleasure is very gross. That pleasure
Mhm.
is a fine material realm. This is called fine material realm, right? Who
Yeah.
who practice breath, who sending metta, may all living beings be happy, be happy, be happy, be happy, be happy. then he is still remain on the happy, be happy, be happy, be happy, metta, only metta, on metta. Then his mind going to
Mhm.
still and stop and focus and absorbs a trance, deliverance,
Mm.
freed from sense of pleasure. Just only metta. Then he feel joy, he feel happiness. So his mind freed from hate and aversion, attachments, just only freedom of mind. Then he die with that status of mind. Then he will born in the Brahma realm.
Mm.
So
Brahma. Brahma. Mm.
yeah, 16. There are 16. Yeah, one of the 16 who die with this jhana or with this vimutti deliverance.
Mm.
Yeah, he feel happy. He feel
Mm.
yeah, sensual is feeling too, but it is it's involved. It's very gross. Actually, in that Rupavachara Brahma realms, the fine material realms is not like a body you have or me have or God have. They are very fine material. They have a form, physical body, but very fine, very subtle, right? They
Mm.
don't feel whatever we feel the difficulties. So, uh, s- s- let me see. Um, that's the 16 type of Brahma realms called Brahma Parisajja, Brahma
Mm.
Purohita, Mahabrahma, Parittabha, Appamanabha, Subhakinna, Vehappala, Sudasa, Sudasi,
Mm.
Avihya, Atapa, Sudasi Akanita. These are the 16 types
Mm.
of Brahma realms. Then, in this sutta, let me tell you, in this sutta, whenever Anuruddha explaining who is born with radiance is called Parittabha, Appamanabha,
Mm.
Sankilitabha, and uh, Parishuddhabha. Then in this sutta explaining some Brahmas born in that radiance realm, some of radiance limit, some of radiance are limitless. It is because some monks send practice metta under one tree, under two tree or trees or three trees, something like that. He is sending metta to one village or two village. Then his radiation is a limit. But who is practicing metta sending without limit, who practicing appamana ceto vimutti, limitless deliverance of mind. So he born in that with the radiance of limit without limit. You understand? So, um, and if some of the Brahma have a radiance, not very clear, not very clear. It is because some of meditate when someone meditate, his physically he is not very comfortable, but he has a deliverance. But his physically he is kind of uh, not feeling well. Some painful feeling he still have. Also, his mind is he is tired and sloth and torpor. He has a dullness and drowsiness, restlessness and remorse. Still, his
Mm.
mind is that kind of things is disturbing his deliverance. Then he
Mm.
will born in that Brahma realms with that not very clear radiance. Because it is because his difficulty of body he felt and his dullness and drowsiness of his mind. That's why his radiance is a kind of not clear well. But someone's radiance is very bright, pure. It is because they are free from physical difficulties, burdens, and the mental dullness and drowsiness, and restlessness and remorse, and they are free from them. So they have radiance is very pure. So uh, that's why these differences happen in the Brahma realms, because of this. Their practice depends in this way, difference in this way. When Anuruddha said that, there was a monk next to him, and he made a question. Let me see, what his name is Kachana. That Venerable Kachana said, "Oh, Bhante, according to your explanation, um, let me see what he said. Mm, Actually, then this sutta is you may got to read this sutta. Is in this sutta explaining. Sometimes the gods gather together. When they gather together into one house, into one house, then it is looks like they have a different colors, but the radiance light is equal. When they enter and live in the one home, one house, but when they leave and they have a different colors and different light, right? It's a complicated lesson. And this remember they giving a simile. Oh Panchakanga, just see the people enter into one house with the lamps, with the oil lamps. The lamps have a different colors. When they entering into the home, and we can the different colors, but the light is the same, right? With different oil. When they come out from the house, and you can see the different color and different light. The light is light also different. Something like that. That's why it is happening that like that. This is the Brahma who is have the not clear radiance and very clear pure radiance. It is because, and he given a simile. Someone burns something very dark things, very dark dirty things burn. The light is also not bright enough, right? When someone burn to very clear things, and light is also very clear, right? If you want to experience that, you can check out. So that likewise, it is happening like that. But the Kachana says, well, let me see. Um, then actually Kachana said, according to your explanation, Bante, um, um, it is look like you what you saying. You say like you experience it. You didn't say I heard this one before. I heard this from other one. I heard this from the Buddha. It's look like you have been there. You have been with them. You have talked to them and you have discussion with them. You have lived in there. According to your explanation, looks to me you have been and you already have that experience. Whenever Anuruddha says, "Yes, I have been born there before," then I know. You see, that's what is there said. Um, yeah, this is the briefly of the sutta, briefly of the sutta called Anuruddha. Now, if you have any question, you can. Also there's a Venerable Anuruddha said, Venerable the uh, Venerable Venerable Kachana said to the Panchakanga, "Oh Panchakanga, you are very blessed. You are very blessed. You got already this Venerable Anuruddha. You learned from him. You heard from him. You are very blessed because you got the Kachana, Venerable Anuruddha. You are so lucky having Venerable Anuruddha. So you are so lucky having learned these kind of things, right? You are blessed. You are blessed to you got a chance to hear these kind of teachings. So I'm very lucky to having a chance to teaching you. So teach to you.
Yeah,
So any question?
very happy.
Yeah. What's the third one? Which one? Existence. I'm sorry, I couldn't finish it. Yeah. The first one is the Kama Loka, sensual realms, and the second loka called Rupavachara Loka, who practice in that deliverance of mind and jhana practice, concentration, stillness of mind, and they born in the fine material realm. I said there's 16 type. That's the second one. Third realm called Arupavachara Loka. Arupavachara Loka means immaterial realm. There are no physical body. There are no physical body because they are practicing um, akasananchayatana, and they think uh, uh, limitless space. Akasananchayatana. Limitless space. Akasananchayatana. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what that's mean. Yes. Yeah, akasa means space. Space. Akasa means space. When you practice limitless of space, limitless of space, limitless of space. You guys know in the college, uh, there are no limit in the universe, right? Beyond of our solar system, beyond of our galaxy, there are no limit. When someone meditate limitless of space, then they will born without physical body because he focus on the space. That's the first way, and the second way called um, Akinchanyayatana. Uh, oh, sorry, Vijnananchayatana. Second, yes. I think they do. They do. I'm not sure. They maybe. Yeah, yeah. According to tradition, they looks like they are traveling. One of the several monks in the Buddha's time travel to those realms. They have traveled to those realms. But some of monks travel to find out the end of the world and universe. Then they lost. Uh, so yeah, it looks like they are traveling. Mm. But not everybody can do that. It's the who have developed this kind of high level of the mind, and they can travel because they can have the super kind of supernatural powers to do that. Y- They say she's asking it's possible the possibility to travel to different realms. Yeah, it is possible. This looks like possible to even the time traveling is also the possible thing according to this kind of things. Time traveling, but not everybody can do that. But who have this kind of experience, the high skill of the mind, and they looks like it's skillful can do that. So the fine material, immaterial realm is who's focused the space, and the second who's focused the consciousness. And he meditate on the limitless consciousness, limitless consciousness, limitless consciousness is only limit, just only consciousness, nothing else. Consciousness, 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 limitless consciousness. Then he will born in the uh, Vijnananchayatana, only consciousness. Second one. The third one is the Akinchanyayatana is a nothingness, nothingness, nothingness. No space, no consciousness, is nothing. Only nothingness. He meditated only nothingness, then he born in the uh, Akinchanyayatana. Yeah, that's the third one. Four. The fourth one is the neva sanya na sanyayatana, neither perception, neither feeling, no perception. There are no perceptions, no feelings. Neva sanya, no perceptions, recognitions. Neva na sanya, neither perception, no perception, neither feeling, no feeling. That his meditation is neva sanya na sanya, and then he will born in that realm, or called this immaterial realm, right? Immaterial. That's a four. There's a three of majorly sensual realm, fine material realm, and immaterial realm. There is three different world system. The Nibbana is not related to any of these realms. It's a freed from realms. Any question?
Hmm.
$31. The all together. All together, 31. Okay, then when you finish the session today, okay? Um, okay, let me finish the session and okay. Uh, Transfer merits to the departed ones and to the ghost and to the gods, to all sentient beings that we're going to share these merits by practicing meditation and learning and discussing Dhamma. And this all good karma, meritorious karma, we're going to share with our departed one, ghost, gods, and all sentient beings. May they all share these merits by sharing. May they all have a happy, good destination. By the blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, by the power of this good karma, you may have no troubles, free from troubles and suffering, and you be healthy, live long, happily, and peacefully. Finally, may we all be able to attain to enlightenment. Akasatha Chibumatha Deva Naga Mahidika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakkantu Sasanang Chirang Rakkantu Desanang Chirang Rakkantu Mamparang Sabbhitiyo Vivajjantu Sabbarugo Vinasatu Mate Bhavatvantarayo Sukhi Digayuko Bhava भवतु सब मंगलं रक्षन्तु सब देवता सब बुद्धानुभावेन सब धम्मानुभावेन सब संघानुभावेन सदा सुखी भवन्तु ते साधु साधु साधु.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.